VSC, VSC, VSC. Uh-oh. You're catching stitches again?
Again. And I don't know why.
I'm sorry, people. I didn't know she wasn't ready.
I'm ready. I just
heard, oh no, and I started doing things, and I'm like, why isn't she responding? She's saving stitches.
I might have issues. Okay, looks like I'm not knitting on that.
Oh.
Well, it's the last three.
Do you want me to take a look? We can like
capable of fixing
I can speed this section up.
Mistakes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I have other stuff to knit.
I just dropped the sign that says this is the Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
VSC edition. The most dangerous show of the week. And we're having issues this morning.
Apparently it's an issue morning, and I was just saying, I'm so hot in this sweater. I mean, I know I'm hot, right? But I'm overheated in this sweater. And I'm loving it, but between the sweater and the cowl, I'm
supposed to be near 70 degrees today.
Yeah. On that note, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in gloomy and rainy, but apparently getting up to 70, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Okay then. So I'm at least letting my neck breathe. Whew. Yes, I am wearing the same sweater that I wore yesterday.
She'll wear it all week.
I did that last time I finished a sweater, people. Got a t-shirt underneath. It's all good. The difference today, if I back up,
she has no tail.
No tails. No tails. I sewed all my ends in during knit night last night. So apart from blocking, which honestly, the sweater is falling nicely. I don't necessarily have to block, but I probably will just to see what will happen and see if I can. I don't know if I can really manipulate the collar at all. I'm hoping it won't grow. I'm probably gonna, after I soak it and spin it, I'm probably going to shove it so it does not grow, because this is plenty roomy enough. But loving this, absolutely loving this. So yes, I'm probably gonna wear it all week. But you all get to document the journey of this. I don't think there's a slim chance, if I'm not completely exhausted, that I could block it tonight. And then you will see all the stages of it this week. Why it's probably not going to happen is I don't know if it will dry in time for tomorrow.
Well, there's that. But are we getting more yarn today?
Maybe. I don't know. We do have a lot of yarn to deal with, so we could be very tired when we go home. But we don't have knit night. Like, the reason it definitely wasn't going to happen last night was knit night.
But we do have a late appointment.
That's true. We have a super late appointment today. So,
It's not.
She's probably right, but I don't like admitting that. Okay. So, anyway, I'm loving this sweater. It is light and fluffy, and the breeze can blow through it a little if I let it, but I'm also overheated even though it's light and fluffy because it's alpaca merino. It's amazing. So what shall we talk about today?
So yesterday, Rebecca sent out an Instagram picture of boxes. Lots of boxes.
And this morning, I posted the lovely wrapped packages. So all these boxes, we got so much yarn in yesterday.
Friday, we got 2 boxes in. 1 box we opened and dumped on the floor, and 1 box stayed in the box.
We said we'd deal with it.
Because it came late.
It came very late. It came like right before we closed.
Yeah. And then yesterday, people kept bringing in boxes.
A little box was delivered to my house over the weekend. That's a whole other story. But the big boxes, 2 more big boxes. Lusciousness came.
And Rebecca went, "Oh, it's here." And I went, "No."
Some came faster than expected. I was expecting maybe a little bit more of an even spread throughout the week, and it all pooped on us.
So
yesterday.
In between everyone knocking on the doors and asking, "Can we come in?" and people who had appointments and prepping for the appointments and helping people outside, we had 4 boxes of yarn. Yeah, to sticker and put in. Well, it first has to get put in the system. So Rebecca has to do all her computer magic-y things. when she's frustrated, she types harder and it goes clacky, clacky, clacky. It's so cool.
That wasn't yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday.
No, it was last week.
But
anyway.
So I digress. So we open the boxes and there's all this pretties.
All these pretties.
And I whined and complained because there's no room for all the pretties. But Rebecca had an idea. If we put them on Wednesday QVC,
on the QVC VSC.
Yeah.
If we show it to y'all and it's on sale for a week, maybe some of it she won't have to put away. Well, okay, so anyone watching Instagram or Facebook this morning, so one of the things Liz did is she created a lovely artistic pile of all of the yarns. It was from many different companies. All of the yarns,
all 4 boxes
in their still in their wrappings, and she said, "Take a picture and don't breathe on it." And
I was worried everything was gonna go.
And I took a bunch of pictures, and then life happened. So I posted them this morning because I didn't want to waste all of the artisticness that happened yesterday. So some of the pictures of some of the goodies were artistically shown on Instagram this morning, not just the boxes. But we are going to show off one of those boxes to you today and talk about a yarn that I hinted at yesterday. So,
which came in a box
last week,
Friday.
And we put pictures up online, and people
it
are still
finally got stickered yesterday.
People are still asking, is it up online yet? Is it up online yet? Is it up on? I put a social media post up, and today the goal is to get the pretty colors online. And since we will talk about them today, they will be 15% off. There's 2. Well, okay, let me back up. There's one yarn company that will just put all of their yarns on sale for the week, because we're going to talk about most of them today, especially the new ones. And then there is one specific yarn from a yarn company that we will have on sale this week. Not to be confusing at all. Okay, so you started with the boxes and everything, so maybe should we start with the things no one has seen yet?
We could. No one has seen.
I hinted at these yesterday, and we'll just make people wait. We won't make you wait for the super pretties that are piled in front of Liz.
Yeah.
So
we got
grand reveal.
3 different Lorna's laces. 3 different bases.
One of them is new to us.
One is new to us.
Lorna's laces, wonderful dyeing. There's rumors that she is changing up the business model, or something's changing. So we're scarfing up what we can while we can for the things we love before it changes. But we actually brought in a new base right before things might change. Whatever, because it's pretty. So in Lorna's laces, what we already have in the shop is different bases of what's called the shepherd base, which is like a straight up superwash merino. Some of them, like the sock ones, have some nylon in them. Great spongy base, nice and soft, wonderful stuff. We have the shepherd sock, the shepherd sport, and the shepherd worsted. We have a little bit of shepherd bulky. I don't think that ever made it online because we don't have much left.
Yeah, one
or two colors.
1 or 2, and like one color only has 1.
And so we don't have a lot of that. So, come to the store if you're looking for bulky. But what we got in a nice giant box yesterday was a lot more for us, because we had just started dabbling with the shepherd sport. It's pretty. It's in 2-ounce skeins, which is a little more than 50 grams. Like 100 grams is 3.5 ounces. It's kind of funky measurements. So we got a lot. We've just started dabbling with shepherd sport. We got we doubled our capacity of shepherd sport.
With 5 new colors.
5. It's more than doubled, because we tried out 4 last time. We were like, well, let's see. Hey, it's a pretty good value for something that is not quite, it's more than 50 grams, but you might need 2 to make something substantial, at least. We're only going to show off the new colors, by the way. Old colors, you can take a look online. We're running out of them fast, but they'll all be on sale. So shepherd sport.
We got 5 new colors of shepherd sport, 3 new colors of shepherd sock.
And shepherd sport, is that only merino, no nylon? Check for me.
100% superwash merino.
Okay, it's only the sock that has the nylon content, but we have said 3 new colors of sock.
Sock's got
the nylon. We're doing this a little out of order.
80 superwash and 20 nylon.
Okay. So we got 3 new colors of that. We've got a lot of random skeins of sock. The ones that came in will have 4 skeins available. So scarf them while you can. Take a look at the old things that we have that might be about to leave. You know, scarf up what you want before we find what luscious new thing Amanda is venturing out to do. The new base we got in
is Solemate.
It's called Solemate, as in SOLE, like the sole of your shoe. You know, because I think it's the idea is to use it for socks.
55% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 30% outlast viscose.
And viscose usually means like bamboo. Viscose is usually made from a plant fiber. And so this is a blend of merino and plant fiber and still that bit of nylon. So it's going to be maybe better if you have a wool allergy. There's still wool in it. There's still merino in it. It's going to be a little softer because of that viscose, because that hopefully bamboo, but something plant. What we've noticed, so it's fingering weight. What we've noticed in glancing at it from when we had colors, these are colors we've had in the shop before. I don't think we have any of them right now to compare, but we know what they're supposed to look like when they're just on merino, and the colors are softer.
They're softer. Really it's like they've been whitewashed just a little
like
bit.
Different bases. When we finally get around to showing y'all the Spunky Sheep, which is not part of the products of the week, you'll see that too. Or if you look at the listings online, it blend
softens the color.
Has a softer color to it, not as necessarily deep and vivid, but it's still gorgeous.
Here, I'm gonna let you show off colors, and I'm going to read stats. Solemate, we just did the.
We'll start with that. Yeah.
We did the what's in it. It is 425 yards per 100 grams. So good.
So it's a full 100 grams.
Yeah. Machine wash, cold, with light colors. Machine dry until just damp, and then lay flat to finish.
So don't kill them in the dryer, but technically they can go in the dryer.
We are retailing for $35.50.
$35.50, 15% off this week. This is the 24th. But I think in a week it's like the 30th. No. I thought on the way in, I'm like, you know what? For people who don't watch this on Wednesday, if we say a week, they'll be like, until when? If they don't check the publication date, the 31st. So these until the 31st are 15% off. It's end of the month, right? So the colors we got in, we have Shenanigans, which has a lot of kind of fun Irish type colors, if you want to think about it that way. Again, softer, not as vivid as when we had it in on another base. But we've got some yellowy browns and some teals and greens and just straight up browns. It's very, very gorgeous. So variegated. A lot of what we have from Lorna's Laces is going to be variegated. Often that can mean when these twists are opened up, you will have patches of color in the band, which means it will just, depending on how wide you knit something, they will intermingle in weird ways. They could pool, they might not pool. You won't know until you work with it.
Yeah.
But the other one I'm holding here is called Bow Tie. And I distinctly remember this when we had it in fingering weight. It was like navy and blue grays. And this is almost a salmon-y, like a deep salmon color. I want to say it was more of like a burnt sienna russet when it was on the different base. Anyway, so this one's called Bow Tie. And they're just fun.
This one is Turret. It is purples and greens and grays. And
it's like thistle yarn, Liz.
I know. I'm using the sock turret, or the shepherd sock, in my Milky Way.
Oh, in your Milky Way, yes. And so it's a richer color, but Turret's wonderful.
I like the way it's playing, so it was fun to.
Let's stick to the fingering weight. We'll go to the shepherd sock right now. So these were Solemate, and the shepherd sock is we kind of have a dark palette. I mean, we basically we had to look at what she had left and just say, I'll take that and that and that and that and that. And without knowing it, we ended up with these colors would actually go really well together in something.
They do.
They a lot of greens and oranges and browns and things. So
Shepherd sock is 80% superwash, 20% nylon, 435 yards
just under 400 meters.
for the, yeah. But she doesn't have a how much.
Huh? Huh?
This
What?
label doesn't have the grams or ounces.
Oh, it should be 100. Yeah, that's interesting that the label doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it's 100 grams. Because let's see with the Solemate, new labels, old labels. You know, she's moving a lot of stock out. 425 versus 435. I would say this is about 100 grams usually. So, do we have other fingerings that old labels might say?
Yeah, 430 for 100 grams is what the old label says.
435. I mean, we're at about 100 grams. So, what are we retailing these for without the viscose?
$31.75.
And this is the same machine wash cold, machine dry until just the end. And we've got camouflage, which, as you would expect, has greens and browns and super dirty browns in it. It's a subdued palette. I really like it.
We have carbon.
Carbon is interesting, and it probably won't show up on camera, but there's patches that are lighter and you can barely
Yeah, if you hold
see.
it back there, the light hits it a little more.
It's not like black, but
It's
there's
off black and brown black and maybe some gray black, which is kind of
and this one almost looks like a purple black, like just the way the color.
cool.
It's really cool.
And then we have Kauai, Kauai. This is more of her splatter yarns. It has creams and oranges and kind of, I feel like almost a leprechaun-y type green, browns and specks of purple and stuff in it too, though. It is just
It's
absolutely
a
gorgeous.
fun.
I think she's supposed to be, I think she's going for a Hawaiian countryside kind of thing there. So I just think it's really pretty. We've had this in the shop before. I'm always happy when we get it back in. It looks different every time it comes in. Same general flecky spatter shot stuff, but the weight of the dye in it and where it's positioned and that kind of thing can be different dye lot to dye lot or even skein to skein. So sport
weight.
Mm-hmm.
We have. I'm holding everyone's favorite.
I tried to get this in Solemate and it was already gone. Although who knows what it would look like in the softer colors. I don't know.
We have 100% Superwash Merino, 200 yards for 2 ounces, machine wash cold, machine dry until just damp.
We got a bunch of, like when we buy these, we get about 12 skeins in because they're smaller skeins. And sport weight has become super popular. These are all variegated. So if you want sport weight in a solid, we got to look at some other stuff.
We are retailing them for $19.75
per skein.
We have some old colors that in the back.
Let's do old colors that we might not have had in sport weight before.
Yeah,
you've seen them in the shop before.
Weight, yeah.
That
Christmas at Downton.
Christmas at Downton is my very favorite. And if she's going through an overhaul of everything, this may be the last Christmas at Downton we have in the shop. We've never had it in sport weight before. But Christmas, it's like vintage Christmas, and it's like sometimes it comes out as like a maroony purple, but this is what looks like a more vivid purple in this dye lot. We have teals and greens and like taupey browns, dark taupey browns.
Yeah,
it's just so pretty. It's my favorite. The camo. Here's a good example. Well, no, I was like, here's a good example of Solemate versus no. This was in sock, but if you want to see how the camo colors, sock versus sport, this is the sock with the thinner, sport's a little bit thicker, a little fluffier, but that's the colors of the camo on sport weight. And then it's been a while, or we might still have some of this hiding somewhere, but I kind of doubt it. This is called Kedzie, and I know we've had this in the shop before. I'm pretty sure it was on
we have a sock.
Oh, a sock. I was about to say sock weight. Kedzie. It's got cream. You can kind of see it hiding right back there. We've got cream or natural, really, with some bright pops of, we have a lighter, almost teal blue, but not quite. We have purple. We have that grass green kind of, that almost olivey green. And there's almost a little bit of light blue in places
There is,
too.
yeah.
It's really, really gorgeous. But this is going to be striking, and there's going to be a lot of contrast in this because then you have natural patches. So that's Kedzie. All right.
We have Tahoe.
That's a new one. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
It is purples and
So
greens, or greeny teals and bluey teals, and
It's gorgeous.
it's just very yummy.
It's super saturated. I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm so glad we brought it in. And then the other new one, you want to Child's Play. This was recommended. We had, because some of the ones we wanted to get, I said, well, since those aren't available, what would you recommend? And I think she recommended Tahoe because she has so many colors that when you look at the list, it's overwhelming. It's more overwhelming than the yarn we have in the shop. To look at this list and say, I don't know what to order.
In times past, you go to the pictures of what she has, and then you've got to go back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. It's almost like make it happen. But sometimes not all the colors are there, and you
when I opened the shop, I got a box that was like this high, full of sheets of samples of yarn. There's so many colors. And if you don't want to order specifically, like if you want a specific color, you've got to wait like 2 months for it. I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Yarn Fuzz. And if you want to buy whatever's in stock, you have this huge list, and you're just like, I don't know. If it's not something you've had before, I don't know. So yeah.
So this is like a pastel-y.
It's like a pastel-y rainbow kind of.
It's not primary. It's not pastel. It's kind of somewhere in between. This is like the proper rainbow. Yeah, it's like the sherbet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So rainbow
in worsted
over here, and then Child's Play.
And Child's Play.
So I see pink. I see a light purple. I see a light blue. I see a light, almost minty green. I see a more intense yellow in there. It's not a pale yellow. It's almost an orangey. It's almost the same orangey yellow that's in the rainbow. Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
And there is intermingling of the colors in the band. Mm-hmm. So like it plays.
It's the joy really of hand-dyed yarn. Yeah. You're going to have that. And when it's clean and not muddy, it's gorgeous. So so that's all the Lorna's laces stuff. So we're talking a lot of merino, a decent amount, depending on the base, of some nylon, and the Solemate, which is new to us and only in 3 colorways, has a little viscose in it. If you want to try that, like it feels softer, but not like soft like a wool. Like when I'm feeling the skein, you can feel that there's plant fiber in there. It's so hard to describe if you're not used to different fibers.
It feels like some of our other bamboo mix.
Yeah. So it's got a different texture to it, but it's still really pretty and softer colors. Anyway, so we didn't get any worsted weight of the shepherd worsted, but I'll put it on sale. Why not? You know, it's we might want to make room if she does something really amazing in her next like venture. We might want to make room for that. Take advantage of it until the 31st, 15% off. All right. So moving on, then we're gonna go back to I could put this on for like 2 minutes because I'm gonna be over.
Oh, I'm going to die of heat exhaustion in this.
We it's so big. We teased you all with baby butts and unicorn kisses yesterday. And so we're going to talk about baby butts and unicorn kisses. So here's the thing. I thought we could show off the neutral palette that we've had for a long time and then talk about the new stuff. So yeah, hiding these a little bit. Wait, that's okay. You got all 4. Good. All right. So when they originally made this yarn that we call baby butts and unicorn kisses, it's so pretty. Amano yarns, the one I'm wearing, this is what I'm wearing today, right now. This one is called, let's see. Oh, we don't have the color names on here. I'm going to look them up. We only have the color numbers. They do have names, but back when we first got them, I didn't have names. So, nope, not that app. Hang on. I'm going to have to look for it. So Liz, why don't you read stats on what this, it's called Puyu, although we call it baby butts and unicorn kisses. The official name is Puyu. And Liz will read stats while I find it.
It is 75 meters or 82 yards for 50 grams.
It's fluffy.
It's fluffy.
It's kind of thick and fluffy.
They're recommending a US 13 needle, hand wash, don't wring, play with it gently.
So here's the deal. Oh, go. She may not be finished. I'm sorry.
It's a chainette. It's silk and 30% silk and 70% baby alpaca. So they do a chainette and then they the fun stuff.
If you look at that closely, the lighter stuff is the silk chainette, and the darker stuff is the alpaca poof that's poofed in.
Yeah.
It is light and airy and wonderful. We've talked before about chainettes. We're going to talk a little bit more tomorrow, dear Becky and Lizzie, about how you have this chamber that can trap air inside, so it's really warm
and
light.
The loose hairs grab hold of air bubbles, and
so
we are retailing it for $19.75, 15% off this week.
All right, and so for the longest time we had this wide range of neutral colors, really like colors you might find the alpaca almost in nature. And I'm gonna, if you can hold up the grays, I'm gonna hold up, and we have them kind of arranged like this. Oh, I don't know what that was, but you know, this one over here is super dark brown, almost black, and I don't have enough fingers. We had a caramel color, different shades of brown, medium, light, natural,
light gray, lighter, medium, darker, medium, and black.
So this was the whole color palette. They have introduced colors. Like I'm going to show them a little closer for y'all, but they've introduced colors. But to do that, they had to pull out some of these neutrals.
They didn't have to. They chose to.
I am rationalizing it that way. Which no. I have not told Liz how I want to do this, but I'm going to take you through the palette and then take you to the new ones, and we're going to let you know which ones you can still get and which ones you can't. The ones you can still get, I'll find out what their names are. The ones you can't get,
we'll be like, hey, we'll have the number.
I want to say like this one you can't get anymore. Hang on, but I think this was called Caramel at one point in time. We'll see. I might have actually put up the names when I listed them online. The pictures online are crappy pictures from their website, not optimized for our website. So I'm going to retake all these pictures today. But these might have names online based on when I put them up last year, because last year they were on the site with names, but now they're not. So yeah, as I look here, I will see if these colors are still available. One of the colors that is not available for reorder, so if you like it, get it now. This is color 3004. I want to say it might be called chocolate or something like that online. I could pull up our website, but I'm not. I have this. I don't want to go back and forth. This is the super, super, super dark brown. I'm going to grab this for a second.
This one?
This is the brown and the black. See, if I hold it really close, you can see this one's brown and this one's black. If I pull them back here, they look like the same thing, right? So the super, super, super dark brown, it's color number 3004. We should have names and numbers online. We cannot get more of this in.
What we have is what we have.
If you want it, get it now. Okay. This lovely, which is also super pretty, is not that one. Let's see. It's color number 3003. I want to say it's called Caramel. It's almost orangey, like brownie goodness, right?
Or they discontinued.
We can't get this anymore. Can't get this anymore. I'm looking at the pictures. So again, if you like the warm brown, get it now. Again, that was color number 3003. This lovely, again, natural palette. They kept this one. We can still reorder this one. It's wonderful. 3002 is almond. They're calling this one almonds. I'm looking on their site. It's a nice, warm, not super dark brown. Nice, so I'm going to put ones you can't get over here. We'll show you the ones we can reorder at the end. This one we can reorder. Almond, yay, we can reorder. Oh, all right. So I believe this one's called beige. 3001. Yes, 3001. Beige. We can get this. This is the one that my cowl. This is Pearl Soho's cozy cabled cowl.
It took 3.
It took 3. It took like 2.5, but essentially, if you're buying whole skeins, it took 3. And look at these. It's like once you get going, it's these huge chunky cables. It's so warm and so lovely. And you know, if you have to defend yourself against winter,
to brave the coldest, darkest, coldest.
It's huge. Or you can, but only 3. Like there's actually an immense amount of yardage because of the chainette on these skeins. You can't use weight as a way to know how much of this you need because it's so light and fluffy.
Yeah.
3 of these. We made it out of a twist yarn. That's a true super bulky. One of my knitters did it, took them 5. Only 3 of these. So this one we can still get. I'll put that right there. Yeah, right there. Okay. I'm making a, I don't know what I'm doing. I am, yeah.
Cloud.
They should not be getting rid of this, and they're not. Natural. Yeah, is this one called Cloud?
It's Cloud. I stickered it yesterday.
3000 is the color number. This is Cloud. Pure, natural, yummy goodness. You can't go wrong with the natural. But see, compared to the beige, nice and bright. Okay. Then heading into the other end of the spectrum. Fog, we just got in, so Liz knows because she just stickered it because we were running low. Color number 3008, 3008. Look at that texture.
It's a silvery gray.
Mm-hmm. It's warmer than the camera's picking it up.
Yeah.
It's not like silver cold. It is a warm silver gray fog. It's wonderful. Okay, let me look. I think that is fog. Yeah, 3008. The next darkest gray on their website is 3007, which is this one. Okay, so this one is still available. This one is called silver. So
it's a medium.
Fog, silver, see? And again, the texture is just gorgeous. The color texture as well as the physical texture. Yeah, so this one's silver. It's like a medium gray.
This is 3006. It's not on there. It's the slightly darker, almost charcoaly.
I would describe it as charcoal. The name might not be charcoal online, but 3006. I mean, compare them. The one you can get, the one you can no longer get. So whatever we have left of that, scarf it now. Can't reorder it. I'm going to put it over here. So they've taken out so far. I think these are all the ones they've taken out.
3005 on there?
Oh yeah, there's still a black looking one on here. Hang on. 3005. That one they're calling charcoal. Okay, so these are no longer available. Dark gray, really dark brown, caramel brown. This one that they call charcoal, 3005.
It's an off black.
It's off black. It's essentially black, but the chainette is always white, so it always pokes through a little bit. This is still available. So the neutral palette that is still available. You still have a nice palette there. The warm brown is gone. The off black brown is gone. But this is what we still have available in neutrals. The neutrals are gorgeous. I have always said, woe is that the Puyu is only in neutrals. I love it, but wouldn't it be fun? Because Amano is known for their pretty, pretty color palettes, Peruvian color palettes. And I happened to be looking online and yeah, Liz, go ahead. And I went, oh wait, they're in colors now. This lofty, warm, fantastic softness in colors. Yay. So
we have color number,
look at this anymore because
3009 sapphire. It's
a nice deep teal, but not like dark teal.
Yeah, it's not like it's
saturated teal. So the sapphire, it's a saturated nice blue teal. It's fantastic. It's just, I can't describe it any other way.
Color 3012 Marina. It's a nice light medium blue. Yeah. Almost a cornflowery.
That's a good one. Blue. I was like, what color are we talking about? Like a cornflower blue. Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous. But yet these are different. We have warmer, cooler.
3010 is plum tree, and it's a rosy.
It's a nice like antique rose color. Plum tree is a nice. It's the one right here. Yeah. I think it's so pretty.
And then last but not least, we have 3011, which is Cranberry Stone, and it is a pretty muted purple.
Yeah, it's like a deep lavender almost. Yeah. It's a little bit lighter and warmer than the camera will pick it up. I will do my best with pictures, but I think about, you know, maybe a cranberry pit or something is more of the hue of that, but that's pretty dark, like a cranberry pit. Rather than, you know, when people think cranberry, they think reds. And this is not. This is purple. But if you think about the stone in a cranberry, take
but
that
nobody
and maybe
gets
lighten
the
it
stones anymore. We did when, you know, it was still a thing to find.
I think there's still a lot of granola people out there who are getting the natural stuff, who might know what we're talking about. But yes, I know. Yeah. They deep pit a lot of cranberries. So, yeah. Anyway, it's really pretty. It's not red. Just know that. It's not red. Yeah. It's a very lovely, like, lavendery purple, but not light lavender. I mean, all of them are going to have these hints of white peeking through because of the silk chainette that's inside of them. I'm so excited about these colors. I can't wait until they have a wider color palette as well, but I think these are really fun and they go well together. And so I have hopes and dreams of, so 82 yards. I'm going to look up like a light, chunky, or light super bulky to heavy chunky.
That's 82 for 50 grams.
Yeah.
So 100, it's almost the same as like a chunky.
Yes. Although that's the thing, is like, yeah, I would go by the needle they're asking you to knit it on rather than the yardage. You're going like, well, I can knit a chunky pattern. You can, but it's going to thicken this up to knit it really tight with a smaller needle. They're suggesting a 13, which is a super bulky needle, essentially. I'm pretty sure this was knit on like a 15, and it's just wonderful. I mean,
it's lightweight and squishy.
If you pull on it, you're going to see big holes where the cables happened, but that doesn't mean it's not warm, you know? So, so I have hopes and dreams of either most likely finding a project that maybe only needs one skein of this. This one took 3, remember? And one of these colors is going to be made into something. Maybe that could be a quick weekend project for me. If anyone has votes on which color I should use, let me know. I may not pick it, but let me know. Or like maybe color work with 2 of these would be interesting, but I still think I want to let one of these sing on its own. But 2 of these, it's such a nice palette. 2 of these together could be really, really luscious.
I'm thinking the rose one.
Liz is usually right when she feels a color I should make. So, but it's true. These are all kind of similar. This one would stand out. I do have some samples. Well, we'll have to look. I have some samples that might fall into this category, but I probably have samples that fall into all these categories of color. So, Liz is voting for the rose one that is called Plum Tree, right? If y'all agree, let us know in the comments. If you think it should be one of the others, let us know in the comments, and we'll just see. You'll probably have to wait until next week to see what I picked. But if you want any say at all, which remember, I might not listen to, but I'd like to hear from you. That's the conundrum, right? I used to do this at knit night. I'd be like, okay, so which color should I use for this? And everybody had different ideas.
Would yell, it's a trap. And everybody would go, no, she really wants to hear our opinion. She loves to hear opinions.
I do, but then I usually go, that's great, but.
Then she overthinks things and she picks something completely different than, so everybody could say, yeah, go for the rose. And she'd be like, you know, today I kind of feel purple.
But teal.
But
blue.
Yeah.
So the rose is really pretty.
Nobody really knows until she actually starts the project that, you know, it's a thing. But she's not starting it tonight because it's going to be tired. I'm
going to be tired. I'm going to want to start it this weekend, though. But no, if I start it tonight, I don't give people a chance to weigh in. And then I'll probably see that the votes are evenly split and just have to pick something.
Yeah.
Or that.
That happens.
Or these.
It's a trap.
Okay. Wonderful. I would say probably it might be, if you really need a really warm hat, these will be fantastic. You might get a little overheated. I know we're heading into warmer temperatures, but some people are still cold right now.
It's supposed to be winter snowy up in the Northeast next week.
A little cowl, a little something. I will find something. This is such a big cowl. I bet I could find a small cowl to make with this. That would be lovely. We shall see. Yeah. I think that's going to be it for us. So we can get ready for the day. Someone asked about that. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And Dear Becky and Lizzie tomorrow. I think we already have
3.
We have 3. Oh, wow. I mean, you can send us
2 emails and a letter.
That's right. We got a letter. It's so cute. You can email us, but we may not be able to put it on tomorrow's show if you email us. So you can just take the time to send us a really cute letter for next week. It all depends. Some of these questions we might be able to go like this through, but we also don't want to shortchange anyone who has an interesting question. A question like, what is that? Might not take as long as other questions and still do it due diligence. So we'll see. But if you email us before tomorrow, know that it might have to go in a queue for next week. And if you're like, well, in that case, I'll write them a cute letter. We love getting letters. It's so much fun. You can write to Dear Becky and Lizzie, Sun Dragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina. She's checking me out on all this. 28712.
Or email me, liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
Yes, whole thing spelled out. Yep. This is trying to poke up. I have a love-hate relationship with cowls because like either they poke up weird or they flop so you see the inside, but when they're big like this, they don't, which is great. I really like the triangle ones because they might sit right. But I love that they keep my neck warm when it needs to be warm. So, you know, the struggle is real.
So
anyway. So we'll be back tomorrow. A reminder that if you missed Tuesday knit night, we also have Friday knit night, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Seaboard time, Eastern Daylight Savings time, with the shop phone number 828-877-3550 is the code on Zoom to get in. We had a fun last night. We had about like 9 of us, give or take, come and go. And some new people, which was fun, and some regulars and people who've become regulars, and they're from all over, and it's really great. Yay! We had someone last night who said, you know, I've missed this connection, someone who is new, and that's really what we've been trying to provide. We had someone on Instagram recently who said, I can't wait till we can knit together in person. Me too, but that's going to be a while because we're going to really make sure that we're safe. And that means not for the foreseeable future, but there are still ways to be connected. It may not be the same as in person, but it's a good substitute, I find, because then you're not disconnected from people. You know, it's kind of weird. Like I feel like we've gotten used to it over the past year, seeing people through a video screen, but it's so much better than not, I find. So please join us. The next time we're doing it on a Saturday afternoon is April 17th, and that will be on Facebook and Zoom. We'll keep reminding you as it gets closer. But for now, stay safe. Thank you for being part of our community. We miss you, even if we haven't met you yet. It'll be fun if we can meet you. We really have fun talking to people that we technically have not met in person, but we have these great relationships with through the pandemic. Because
eventually we're gonna have to take the show on the road. Like when all this is over, we're gonna have to take the show on the road and go visit people. Like we were talking about,
and podcasts from their house.
And
my gosh, that'd be awesome. Or
if we went to
the shops,
if we go to England and see Fiber Spates, we could see if we could see Jan. Shout out to Jan.
I don't know how I'm gonna afford to get there, but sure.
Well, you know, somehow,
we'll start a Patreon. You guys can help us get over to England to talk to Jan and to talk to Jenny at Fiber Spates. That'd be great. But yeah, once we're all in our new normal level of safe, it's
going to be a while.
We're hopefully heading in that direction. But yes, it's going to be a while. I keep reminding people, like when we look back at our feed on Instagram and everything of a year ago, we were shutting things down in the shop before we had to, and before other people thought it was going to be a good idea. And people kind of looked at us funny when we were just like, nope, we have to start limiting the shop to 10 people, which right now sounds ridiculous to have 10 people in here. And we're not going to have sit and stitch anymore. You know, you could sit outside if you want. We did that long before the governor of this state said, okay, stay at home. And people went, are you really? I think it's going to be fine. Or
it's going to be okay.
We'll see in a month. And we went, no. And so, yeah, we have new executive orders for North Carolina that are opening up capacity for inside retail establishments and other places. And that's wonderful if you want to take advantage of it, but we don't think that's wonderful for us. We still, I mean, there's booby traps all over the place in terms of buckets of yarn here. But besides that, we still think that the way we're running things by inside only appointment shopping is the best way to do things right now.
Oh, and outside. If you show up without an appointment, we are more than happy to lug stuff outside. stuff. Lug stuff outside. We told somebody yesterday we have piled the table. It's a little 6-foot folding table. We have piled it twice over with yarn for one customer who was like, I don't know what I'm looking for.
And we help them find something.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, we reflect back on the past year when the shutdown happened, even when things opened up, we didn't let anyone inside the shop until November, but we still sold tons of people yarn because we did it outside.
We're pretty efficient at it. So
we know our shop really well. So if you're looking for a thickness or a fiber, we can say, give me a second. And, you know, boom, 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 show you some really awesome stuff. Sometimes people find it when they come in here that it's completely overwhelming because we have so much stuff, but we know what you should be looking at. If you have an idea of a project in mind, we don't want to limit what you look at, but if you're looking for a specific project, you don't want to get distracted.
Even if you're like, my favorite color is blue, we'll come in and pull every skein of blue yarn for you. I used that as my story, and somebody went, you know, I like blue. And I came in and pulled every skein of blue yarn. And a lot of times people think it's a hassle for us. We've gotten very efficient at how our system works.
It's my exercise at this point.
So we're completely comfortable doing that.
Yeah. So we're not changing our policies. We're not loosening the restrictions we have placed on ourselves. To come inside, you need an appointment. It's really easy to sign yourself up. It's probably I've been copying and pasting and editing the descriptions. It's probably in there somewhere to sign up. It's super easy. It's online, but it's super easy. It's so much easier than trying to call us and schedule something because we're usually doing 6 things at once. You do that, then we're ready for you. But like Liz is saying, you don't have to make an appointment to shop with us. We can help you shop outside. If the internet thing is overwhelming, if you're not sure of your schedule, I just put this on Facebook. If you're not sure of your schedule, so signing up for a specific time doesn't work for you. If the protocols we have for coming inside either are too strict or not strict enough for you, let us help you outside. We can still find you awesome stuff to take home, and then it's a win-win.
If you guys are watching this and planning a vacation to Brevard, call first. Check our actual website, not just Google or you know, go see what.
Googling our location does not mean you've checked our website.
It's easy to plan,
and we want to help you. It may seem like, you know, all these obstacles. No, we want to help you, but we want to keep everybody safe. I think that's a win-win too, you know. Anyway, we should go. I digress I think it's necessary to digress on this, but you know, for some of you, this is broken record. I already know this. That's okay. It's worth repeating because we have people who walk by 5 signs that say you need an appointment to come in, and they're baffled.
I'm only here in town for 1 day.
By why they can't come in. I respect that. I'm glad you could get away for a little while, but we have safety protocols in place and we're sticking to them. So we love you all. Stay safe.
Like us, subscribe. Remember, if we get to 500 subscribers,
we're at like 484. Big sale.
484. That's more than
That's more than what? Yesterday?
A couple days ago when I checked, it was
we're at 16. We're almost at 15. How many people like you probably know enough people to make this happen? It's whether they want to subscribe. I get it. But you know, if you're a longtime listener and you haven't subscribed yet, think about that.
If you just watched it on YouTube without creating an account, consider all you have to do to create an account is email password.
I don't think they take a whole
Go.
lot of personal information.
No.
But you know, you
It's
do what
easy.
you're comfortable with.
Subscribe to the channel.
We'll
be good.
we'll have a sale that we only announce
Here.
on this video. So you get special stuff. All right. Most dangerous day of the week. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye.